How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Something pretty interesting is happening with crypto right now. We're actually seeing a lot of liquidations, and it's 100 to 1, longs to shorts over the last 24 hours. I want to talk about this, talk about why the market's falling right now. Is it something to be concerned about? Like, should you sell? Should you close your positions? I'm going to tell you what I'm doing because I just did something with the trade. And also, we'll be talking about a few specific cryptos as well. Bitcoin, XRP, yeah, we'll probably stick to those two, but it is a big week for crypto, and we talked about a little bit in the videos earlier today. But yeah, be on your toes. There's going to be a lot of interesting things that are happening, and they're already starting to unfold. If you don't mind, hit subscribe so you can see future videos just like this. Also, hit the bell notification. In one of these next couple of videos, we're going to be giving something away, and you want to be on these videos as soon as they come out, so that way you can get this thing for free. So yeah, do that. Also, if you want to trade, there are links underneath the video to BTCC, to WEEX, to CoinW, to what else? There's another one. CoinW, Blofin, WEEX, and BTCC, and we're going to partner with BTCC here soon too, because I've heard a lot of good things. Yeah, now the Patreon is full right now, to be clear, but I just talked about a trade that I am doing in there. Be on the lookout. We're going to open up more spots, but they are limited, so if you want to get in, you have to kind of get in relatively quickly. Now, the market is a little bit timid right now. We had such an explosive week last week in terms of announcements, but yet the market still didn't pump up in price. I mean, there was a day where we hit new all-time highs, so keep that in mind. We've been within a few $1,000s of all-time highs on Bitcoin, but a lot of alts are bleeding right now. And we just saw a $3,000, $4,000 red candle for Bitcoin. We were really getting less and less volatile over the last 4 or 5 days. The candles were getting smaller and smaller for Bitcoin, for XRP. I bring up XRP because a lot of people are watching that chart. We have a lot of XRP fans out there right now too, with it moving so quickly. And so many new people are starting to buy XRP too, new people to crypto. So yeah, the volatility has gotten much smaller. And I said in my video earlier today, be ready because there's going to be a big move. We have a lot of interesting things happening this week, from major economic data, GDP, PCE, the Fed meeting. We have a lot of earnings as well. And we have this tightening on the candle. So yeah, we're seeing some volatility right now. We have a lot of longs liquidated. It looks like market makers, it looks like exchanges are dumping the price of crypto. They're using winter mute, I believe is what it's called, and sending crypto over there, flushing the prices, and then inevitably we go up throughout the rest of the week. Tomorrow we'll have MicroStrategy announcing how many Bitcoin that they bought. They've been re-accelerating buys a little bit. Most likely going to be a pretty bullish week. Obviously, a lot of it does come back down to the Fed meeting. I should preface with that. Like, things are really good in crypto, but the market's going to be watching the Fed meeting, looking for quantitative easing, looking to see how they feel about the economy and future rate decreases. So it could be a very volatile week. We could see $95,000 Bitcoin. We could see $90,000 Bitcoin. We could see new all-time highs, just depending on how the Fed meeting shakes out, PCE, and then GDP as well, along with the earnings. Now, there was also some news about AI program. I forgot what it's called. It's not deep fake, but it's something like that. And that has caused the NASDAQ futures to fall down. As I understand, which I haven't done a ton of research on this, but basically there was an AI that came out of crypto that was built with $10 million, as I understand. And people are wondering, why are the tech companies spending so much money on compute? Like, if someone can create an AI that 95% is good, and they can do it for 1/1000th of the cost, what are we spending all this money for? That's kind of freaking out the market. Like, okay, well, if this is the case, NVIDIA is not going to sell very much. Their revenues would actually fall down. A lot of spending would just be gone, a lot of CapEx spend. So a lot of people are kind of worried about that. We'll have to see how that shakes out, but we already know that compute in general, and we'll bring it back to crypto here in a second, compute in general gets much cheaper very quickly. That's always been something that we know. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how that shakes out, see how these earnings go this week. What are the companies saying? What are the big tech companies saying about compute? Now, going back to crypto, there are a lot of liquidations, as I said, $400 million worth of longs and $4 million worth of shorts being liquidated in the last 24 hours. So 100 to 1 ratio, which is just kind of insane. But yeah, a lot of people getting liquidated on the long side, a lot of very aggressive longs being liquidated. I'm being very careful with my long positions now. I have long positions on several different exchanges, and I'm going low leverage. So the highest leverage I have is maybe 7x, and that's on a Bitcoin position that I've scaled up over time, and we're not even close to being liquidated. I did just add to a long, again, I talked about on the Patreon, but there's a crypto that's taken a 30% pullback that is a very explosive crypto. It regularly takes 30% pullbacks. It's been a great performer, and I'm adding to it this bull run. I'm adding to it on this dip as well. I think it's going to perform really well. We're down a little bit in the trade so far, but I added to it a little bit just now. So we'll have to continue to monitor that. Again, if you want to join the Patreon after their spots open, there are some higher member spots right now, higher tier member spots. If you want to ask us like specifically for us to make videos and stuff like that, you're in a specific chat to do that, and we respond a little bit quicker and that kind of thing. Right now, I'm not concerned about the market. It seems pretty regular. It seems like a normal market sell-off. Bitcoin still above 100,000, I think, is extremely bullish that we're seeing a liquidation cascade, and we're above 100,000. XRP sitting at 295. It's looking really good. Still above that 290 markets. Hit 280 to 290, I think 2 or 3 times already. Now it's at 295, so holding up fairly well. It's been consistently setting lower highs each day though, which is kind of interesting. So it's kind of coiling as well. Might see some upside or downside volatility here. A pretty explosive move this week. One other crypto that I've talked about in the past, I think I've talked about it in 2 full videos, DeFi, D.Fi. They've been a partner of the channel, but they're not paying me to say anything. They're not sponsoring this video or anything. I just hold some of their tokens, and they're doing extremely well right now. They're up 40% today. I've seen that they've been buying back a good number of tokens. Yeah, I think they bought back $250,000 the other day, $250,000 the week before. They're talking about buying back another $1 million worth of tokens. Not a lot of liquidity, but yeah, kind of interesting. They're just rallying like crazy on a day when the market's falling. But yeah, just maybe something to pay attention to. Let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. Again, if you want to check out some of the links to start trading yourself, you can check it out. I think it's going to be an interesting week, as I said earlier. You know, I said you have 48 hours until the interesting things start happening, before we have earnings, before we have the FOMC, GDP, PCE. Yeah, explosive week ahead. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.